What's going on, y'all? D. Allen Rex coming to you live with another video. I got another video. I'm actually about to get on this video rampage where I'm gonna just post like 10 videos in one day. I'm gonna just go on a rampage and I'm gonna just post like 10 videos in one day, cause like I'm gonna just go hard. But what I want to talk about, I'm close to 300 subscribers. Thank y'all out there for subscribing to the channel and supporting D. Allen Rex. I thank everybody for supporting all my music, man. Y'all be supporting me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. It feel good to be a Laker fan, but it also feel good to be able to have somebody support your music as well, man, and the brand, period. Thank you. What I want to talk about now is Luke Walton and D'Angelo Russell. You see D'Angelo Russell just having high praise for You see D'Angelo Russell just has high praise for Luke Walton and the whole entire coaching staff over there for the Lakers. He really liked Luke Walton. You know, Luke Walton seems more like a player, more so a coach. You see a lot of people talking about, always raising the question, what's going to happen when Luke Walton might take D'Angelo Russell out of the game, or what's going to happen when, D'Angelo Russell make a mistake and he barks at, Luke Walton bark at them. What's going to happen? But every player and coach, has that tension. Every great player and coach has that tension. Allen Iverson said him and Larry Brown used to bark at each other, used to go back and forth all the time. Kobe said it numerous times about Phil Jackson, how he used to challenge Phil Jackson. And that's what it's about. Whether it's the coach or the player, you always want to get the best out of your players. It doesn't matter what it is. You always want to get the best out of that player. D'Angelo Russell is going to be a tremendous leader. If you watch the Summer League and how he was going at learning that stuff, he made some kind of mistake on defense. D'Angelo Russell was very vocal in telling him he need to get in his spot and he need to be there. And sometimes it can make players uncomfortable, but it's not, he's just doing his job to be a great leader and bring the best out of his players. And that's what you want. You want that tension. You want for them to have fun, but you also, like Draymond Green, and I remember just a couple months ago where they were talking about how, it was a lot of tension between Draymond Green going at it with Steve Kerr, and I'm pretty sure Dennis Rodman went through the same thing with Phil Jackson. It's a lot. These guys has a lot of pride, and people have ego. Everybody has an ego, and everybody wants to. It's just trying to be the best. People hate losing. Like I still feel like they should get rid of Nick Young, just because he was a part of the past. And I know that, people are like, oh, he been around when we was going through bad times. It's not about that. It's about the business, man. It's just time to move forward, man. I feel like it's just time to move on from Nick Young. He's a playful guy, and he has a great personality, but it's just business, man. I just think it's time for the team to just move in a different direction. And it seems like it's this whole new vibe going on between the Laker organization, and I think that Nick Young was a part of the past, so I think it's really just time to move forward. I mean, maybe Luke Walton could find something to do with him. Like I said, D'Angelo Russell is just a great leader. Everybody talk about superstar this, but like I said, we build our own superstars. D'Angelo Russell now is a superstar because he's a celebrity now. That Nick Young situation made him into a celebrity. People know who D'Angelo Russell is because of that situation. So he's gaining a lot more fans. And he's a great vocal leader, man. Great vocal leader, and I think he's going to be tremendous for this team, man. I don't expect nothing less of him going back and forth with Luke Walton. He's going to challenge him. He has that attitude. He has that leader mentality. And I'm pretty sure, like Rajon Rondo used to challenge Brad Stevens. And I'm pretty sure he used to challenge Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers even said that Rajon Rondo used to challenge him. That's what a great point guard does. That's what a great player does. They challenge. They challenge you. They get on that. They want to test you. That's what it's about, man. And D'Angelo Russell is a great player, man. He's going to be great. I think he's going to take a step up. I'm not going to say he's going to take a super step up to where he's going to be Chris Paul level, averaging like 20 points and, 20 plus points and, like 11 assists per game. But I see him, taking an extra step up. And then that next, by the time he get in his junior year, he's going to take another step up. But like I said, man, D'Angelo Russell is a fine player, man. And he's going to be great in this league. People were saying like, oh, Julius Randle could be that guy. I mean, I see Julius Randle as being like that enforcer, not scared. He's going out there not being scared, but I think that he isn't as vocal as D'Angelo Russell is. I could say that, one's vocal and one is just an intimidator, and one's going to have your back, going to make sure look, I'm gonna hold it down for the team. You ain't gonna disrespect nobody over here. You know, like that Draymond Green attitude. And I just can't wait for the season to start, man. I can't wait to get things rolling. But like I said, I expect tension from them. And I think that D'Angelo Russell is going to go at Luke Walton sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. But people look at Luke Walton and say, oh, you know, he's just this, you know, he's got a nice smile and he just carry himself in a professional way. But when a person sees somebody as one way, they just automatically assume that that person is like that 24/7. You know, they don't see the other side because you don't normally see it. But I know for a fact that Luke Walton is going to test these guys. He's going to push these guys and he's going to get the best out of them. But he's going to want to have fun as well, and he's just going to want to win. So my battery is dying. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, man. Love y'all out there. Make sure y'all stay safe. Keep supporting. I'm out.